Hello, my Jedi friend. Today we're going to talk about, is life fair? Is it fair? It was fair when I had hair. Why am I even talking about this? What the hell is he on about? What's that all about? Well, if the truth be known, I will let a big reveal there. I use a an app to give me ideas for videos. And I put one into the last idea and it created this thumbnail with me with hair on it. And I just thought, oh, let's use it. And let's talk about hair and not fair. Hair and fair, they don't mix. And not fair is a big topic. So is life fair? Let's ask that question. So fair in my world and fair and hair are very relevant for me because I know that a lot of guys, when they start to lose their hair, it's like massively traumatic. And I'm going to tell you a story of two granddads. Story of two granddads. So I had an English granddad, and a lot of my stories when he was alive came from my granny. And she used to say that in his mid-20s, when he started losing his hair, it was massively traumatic. And he would spend about 25% of his entire wages on these new hair products that were going to regrow your hair. It was a big issue. Going bald was a horrible thing. It was a nightmare for him. It really sounds like he spent a lot of years struggling with losing his hair. And I know there's a lot of guys that do that. And my other granddad, who lived in Belfast, he only ever spoke to me once about it when I started losing my hair. And he said to me, he said, I hope losing your hair doesn't bother you. He goes, it never bothered me. And that was it. That was it. That was all he said on the subject ever. And it really was a tale of reflection that it was in one side of my family, like losing the hair was such a traumatic thing. And on the other, it was a shoulder shrug. And I won't lie that when I first found out I was losing my hair, it did give me a little bit of trouble because it happened relatively early. It started receding in my mid 20s. And for any guy in the mid 20s to start to deal with that, it can be an issue. But what I realized is that when I started shaving it off, I realized that A, it wasn't such a bad look. B, I got lots of compliments. C, it meant less expense and nonsense. D, it was a lot lighter and easier to travel when a razor was good for everything. I could just take the whole lot off. My life became a lot easier when I lost my hair. And so it is a relative perspective because I see a lot of guys struggle with this. In my funding days, I saw all these new innovations that could give guys creative ways to hide their baldness. For me, I've decided never, never do it, never do it. Is it fair? So, fair from that perspective is very much on your perspective. Things happen in life, and whether they're fair or not, well, that goes by the by. It's how we adjust. I've seen people that have lost limbs, people that have had serious illness, people that have been in car crashes that will never be the same again, people that have suddenly and abruptly had to uh, find out that they'll never play sport again or do things that they love or be able to run again, people that have had a complete meltdown with their health and life. And working on the front line in medical was a rude awakening in just how savage life can get really quickly, can happen in an instant. Somebody falls asleep at the wheel on the same road as you, bang, your life's changed forever, might be over. And I've seen that, seen both sides of the perspective. Things that it really is that half empty, half full thing. You could always sit there thinking life could always be better, but then life could always be worse as well. And from that perspective, appreciating what you have is half of the battle, my Jedi friend. However bad you think your life is now, being grateful for what you've got is half of the battle. Now, let's take a few things. Let's take a few examples here. So, for the sports person that has to finally find out they're not going to play sport again, well, can you still walk? Have you still got mobility? Are you able to breathe without assistance, because I can tell you that people at the end of life, they lose their mobility, they lose their ability to walk, they'll lose their ability to look after themselves, they'll lose the ability to independently go to the toilet and stuff like this. That life can get really, really brutal as people get older. And that's something to bear in mind. And the stuff that we miss the most, stuff that you will miss the most, will be the stuff that you're completely taking for granted. Being able to walk, being able to jog, being able to breathe without an oxygen mask, being able to go out independently and wash and dress and appreciate life and sit in the garden, things, nature, the birds, sitting there feeling the sun on your face. Now, these things get forgotten. They get forgotten. And it's so easy to focus on what you don't have that you'll miss what you do. And this is a big part of life. It's a big part of it, my Jedi friend. Appreciation is the key out of any situation. However low, however bad things feel at the moment, you can start to change your fortunes. Now, I talk about this a lot with energy, that you ground yourself, you breathe deeper, you connect to a source of light above you. That's the essence of healing. Slowing down your breathing, controlling your mood. And if while you're in that space, you start appreciating things you've got, your friends and your life, things that have happened that have been good to you, the people that have made a difference, the energy of appreciation is transformative. And it doesn't matter how dark that space is, because we all have the dark night of the soul, my Jedi friend. Everyone has to go through that. But the way out is to appreciate the things you have. What if somebody came in and cut your legs off? Now, this happens, but I've seen it happen. People in car accidents. One day they've got whatever life stuff going on. Next minute, suddenly, bang, somebody plows into the side of them. Lost their legs. If you've got your legs, be appreciative of that you're able to walk. Because it really is the case that you will not appreciate what you've got till you don't have it. And years of nursing has taught me that. So start appreciating the small things. Start appreciating the here and now. Start appreciating that this is the youngest that you'll be for the rest of your life. However bad you think it is, if you live to a ripe old age, you'll be a much older and in less good shape. And there it is, my Jedi friend. Learn to appreciate what you have, even in the darkness, even if it seems difficult, even if life is handing you a bowl of lemons. The whole lemonade saying, oh, make lemonade. Well, yeah, you could do that. Or you could just say, well, this is it. Appreciate what you have. And in actual fact, lemons are quite good. Squeezing lemon in water alkalizes it. It's really good for you. There you go. Don't even need lemonade. You don't even need to add a ton of sugar. You've got what you need. So there you are. Start appreciating what you have. You can do that right now. And if you're there thinking, my life is so bad, I haven't got anything to appreciate, then you're not doing a good enough job at using your imagination and energizing what could happen. Energize a better place by appreciating things in your life right now that if you lost it, you'd be really, really pissed off. Instead of thinking how much better your life could be or how bad it is, think about how much worse it could be or it is for other people and start appreciating the differentials there. It's all about focus, it's all about perspective, and it's all about energy. And if you start energizing appreciation for anything, it will raise your vibe, my Jedi friends. Raise your vibe. Yes, it's easier said than done, easier said than done. But then it's easily done when you decide to do it as well. So there you go. Hopefully that will help you. Hope they give you a little jolt on life's carousel of losing your hair because it's all about perspective. And if you would like continuous better perspectives, possibly in your life, and you're still watching this channel and you're not already subscribed, then do subscribe to the channel, my Jedi friend, because there'll be a ton of resources coming your way. And speaking of which, there's another one just there.